Yeah. Welcome back to the Noble Complex. Todd Miller, Scott Wanish, John Zonlow, our network coordinator. Tip-off looming between the Tigers and the Bison. OBU fans, stay up to date on the latest in OBU sports by following us on Facebook at Oklahoma Baptist University Athletics and on Twitter and Instagram at OBU_athletics. Keep up with everything OBU. OBU, East Central 1-2. The Bison 1-1 in conference play, having not made the trip to Alva to take on the Rangers. But that game was canceled last Saturday afternoon. Northwestern was not thought to be coming here to play next Thursday night, a men's game. That will happen, so it'll be a men's-women's doubleheader next Thursday night inside the Noble Complex. That is tonight's pregame show. We're back to meet the starting lineups and tip off what should be a great one. The Bison and the Tigers, two schools separated by 45 miles. Tip-off is next on the Bison Radio Network.
We can't walk in your shoes or work right beside you, but we can be here for you. In money, in life. We get it. We're on this path together. You and TFCU, Tinker Federal Credit Union.
The fifth starter is Josh Apple. We told you he is very, very much improved. Apple will wear number 24, 6'7" senior from London, England, averaging 16 points and 8 rebounds. He also has 10 offensive retrievals, so that leads the Tigers in that category. And Chris Crutchfield has been at the University of Oklahoma and Arkansas most recently. He's had numerous stops at the Division I level. He was an outstanding lieutenant to both Lou Henson when he was at New Mexico State and Lon Kruger down in Norman. In fact, Crutchfield is an outstanding recruiter. He's the big reason why the Sooners had Buddy Hield and Trey Young in their program. The starters tonight for Oklahoma Baptist, it is a big shakeup. Jordan Thompson will make his second start, a 6-foot freshman from Moore and Southmore High School, averaging 10 points and 1 rebound. Jaquan Sims will start for OBU, a 6'4 senior from Covington, Georgia, averaging 13 points and 2 rebounds a ball game. He's shooting 86% from the foul line. Brantley Thompson, who offensively is struggling but still playing very solid basketball and is a senior, 6'4 from Tuttle. He makes the start, a 7-point and 4.7 per game rebounder. Harrison Stoddard is the big guy who also can shoot the three, 6'7 senior from Edmond North, averaging 13 points and 4.3 rebounds. And Thomas Sawulu will make the start. Sawulu has hardly played this year in his 3 appearances. He's a 6'8 freshman from London, England, averaging 0.7 points per ball game and 0.3 rebounds per contest as well. Tonight, Brantley Thompson will make his 78th start. His buddy Harrison Stoddard will make his 72nd start. For Harrison, it's game number 93, and for Brantley Thompson, game number 87. Harrison Stoddard begins the evening with 957 career points here at Oklahoma Baptist. While we have a moment, I want to say a shout out to a very good friend of mine, a guy that's been instrumental in the success of these 2 programs, Kyle Hankins, who was the assistant under Quinn Wooldridge here in Shawnee, and then was Jay Haven's assistant the last few years in 8 at East Central. He's done a great job recruiting. In fact, Brantley Thompson, Harrison Stoddard, Jason Aker will be the first to tell you, I didn't recruit him, but thank God I get to coach him. Kyle was a big reason for that. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast tonight, my friend.
Yeah, thanks so much, Kyle. I enjoy those players as well.
Tigers out of the floor as they are in the road black, white, and orange unis. OBU in the home white, green, and gold. And we are just about ready for basketball here tonight at the Noble Complex. Harrison Stoddard will jump center. Josh Apple will oppose him. Bison from right to left, and Harrison has won the opening tip. Jordan Thompson, the all-state freshman out of Southmore and Moore, brings it to the front court. He's central to man-to-man. Basket cut to Thompson, and he is hacked on the way up. And Brantley's going to go to the free throw line. Out of timeouts, off of opening tips, nobody better, in my opinion, than Jason Aker.
I was thinking the exact same thing, Todd, and Brantley Thompson runs the offense so well. Perfect, came in around on that back cut and went up strong, got the foul for 2 shots.
Brantley Thompson will go to the free throw line, and the first foul shot is no good. The second one, the pinball's in and out, so Brantley Thompson 0 for 2 to start the ballgame. He's been good for the line, having converted 8 of 9. Brantley, incidentally, in pursuit of the 1,000-point club as well. He has 874 career points. Josh Apple with it, baseline right, backs down, now gets in against Sawulu, goes up and short arms a shot and drops it in cleanly. Apple, who has really improved for the Tigers, gives ECU a 2-0 lead.
Apple in the lane. He got to the lane, put that right shoulder into the defender, falling back, no call.
Thompson veers left with a dribble, turns the corner, attacks the goal, now kicks it across the floor. Thompson for 3, bang! It's a good start for Brantley from 3-point range. Coming in, he was just 2 of 11. He missed all 5 of his attempts from beyond the arc. On Monday night, it's 3-2 Bison.
The penetration at the left-hand dribble by Jordan Thompson pulled the defense in a little bit, leaving Brantley Thompson wide open for the
quarter
third.
Left is Wilbert. He'll put up a 3. It rattles off. Ball pinballs around, and it's out of bounds. And a whistle with a foul, and I think it's going to go against Jordan Thompson. Correction, it's on Stoddard. That's his first. Harrison cannot get into foul trouble tonight, and they're going to call it on the shot, so Tyler Arnold will go to the free throw line. Arnold had 6 points in 35 minutes and 2 rebounds. Kind of an uncharacteristic game for him last time out on Monday night down at Durant. First free throw missed. Arnold's second one is up, but it's good. So we've seen 2 good free throw shooters start the game, 1 for 4. Thompson from OBU and Tyler Arnold from East Central. Arnold now 10 of 15 for the line this season. Game tied at 3. Thompson run off the arc left wing, pulls up top of the circle to Stoddard left wing. Takes a dribble, bounces it for Sawulu, and Apple steps in front of it, tips it away, and then saves it in bounds to Wilbert. Up ahead to Arnold. Cross courts it to Apple, and it's off of Josh's hands out of bounds. So the Tigers will give it back on their first turnover.
Arnold caught the ball on in the front court on the fast break, but he was only 11 feet from Apple, and he darted that ball like a Nolan Ryan fastball. That's impossible to catch.
Nigel Wilcox out of Alpharetta, Georgia will come in. 2 points, 5 boards, 22 minutes against Southern Nazarene, averaging just under 2 points, but 7.5 rebounds. In for Sawulu. Thompson with it wing right against the man-to-man to Stoddard head of the circle. JT with it left side. Gets a screen from Wilcox. Moves right. They double the basketball. Now they kick it left wing side. Sims dumps it down low to Wilcox. Going to work in the paint. Had his pocket pick. It's stolen away by Arnold. Up ahead it goes, and carving his way to the goal is Crutchfield for the layup. He misses it. Follow shot is no good, and finally Stoddard restores order with the glass. Right quarter with it is Jordan Thompson. To Sims to Stoddard, left side for 3. Thompson, bang! Brantley Thompson with 2 3-point baskets. Boy, that's a good sign, and it's now 6-3 OBU.
You think Brantley Thompson's been working extra in the gym on some of them shooting? I mean, soft touch, follow through, high arc, just nothing but net.
Arnold actually hit both free throws, so it's 6-4 OBU. Down low, Wilbert with a turnaround jumper. It was challenged and came up short. Thompson controls the window, speeds into the front court. Out high is Thompson to Stoddard. Down low to Wilcox. Backing down against Apple, and he turns and scores as he rattles that 6-footer home. Nigel Wilcox with his first basket, and OBU now leads it 8-4.
Wilcox is so active on both ends of the floor. Right there, very aggressive on offense with the one-handed jump hook.
Burns right of a screen, and Jordan Thompson is going to be called for the foul, trying to fight through that screen. JT with his first, and that's the team's second. Here comes Jarius Hicklin off the bench. Hicklin is the team's leading scorer at 14 points a game and 5 rebounds. He's a junior from Dallas out of DeSoto High School. Hicklin did not shoot the ball well, 3 of 11 at Southern Nazarene of the 65-49 loss on Monday night. Arnold against the man-to-man defense, guarded by Brantley Thompson. Slips, loses the handle. Diving to the floor was Jordan Thompson. It's picked up, though, by Brennan Burns. Burns against Brantley, dumps it down low. Diving Wilcox, knocked the bounce pass away, and it's out of bounds. I just love Nigel Wilcox.
That was
If you listen to us every night, you know we love Nigel Wilcox.
That was an outstanding play. Apple was actually open above the right block, and diving on the floor on the bounce pass was Wilcox.
They go over the top. Apple battling for position, and a lob pass from Wilbert was being grabbed, and Nigel Wilcox has his first. So 3 different Bison have a personal foul. Jason Aker last year went 13-1 here at the Noble Complex as Trey Green, the sophomore from Kingfisher, checks in for the first time. Aker has been almost flawless in this facility, 24-5 in 3 years. Air ball off the inbounds pass from Arnold, wing right. However, the rebound is saved in bounds by Wilbert. Gets it left side for Crutchfield to Apple, drives in. Wilcox from behind recovered. Blocked the shot. Trey Green with the carom to Thompson. Up ahead right side. Attacking is Sims, and he throws it away as he tried a fancy cross the paint pass.
I thought it was a good pass, maybe a little bit too much speed, only 3 feet away from Nigel Wilcox. Sims is putting his hands out saying, Wilcox, why didn't you catch that?
Turnover number 3 for OBU. Early points off turnovers. Zip, zip. That's key. 16:26 to play first half. OBU leads at 8-4 here at home. Between the circles is Wilbert. Wilbert gets a screen from Apple, spins deep against Green, who forces him to come up short, and then Green peels away. Nigel Wilcox with a rebound. His outlet pass is stolen by Burns, who pinballs a jumper in and out for the right ankle. And Sims has it for OBU. To Thompson, who crisply swings it left side to Hicklin. Back to Green, right side. To Sims, working deep against Apple. Gets it to Thompson for 3. That one is short. His first miss in 3 long-distance jump shot attempts. Burns with a rebound, goes coast to coast around Brantley and lays it in.
Brantley Thompson on his initial 2 3-pointers. He steps in forward, leaning. That 3-point miss right there, that was very short. He was falling away.
I'll tell you what, this is a young Tiger team, and they are led by the freshman Burns, who's going to have a sensational Division II career. Another great guard they have in the fold. Left side is Hicklin with the basketball. Drives deep around Burns, throws up a runner, missed everything. Well defended. Wilcox with a rebound. Kicks it across the floor. Hicklin thought about a 3, instead pulls it out. Green with it to Sims, top of the circle. He goes left to the paint. Kicks into the corner for Brantley. Bang! He got another one. Thompson has knocked down 3 3-point baskets. OBU's on the high side, 11-6.
kind of shades of the Great American Conference game against Southern Nazarene. Brantley Thompson coming out of the chutes on fire.
Romello Wilbert with it left front court. Both Chris Crutchfield and Jason Aker up off their respective benches. Arnold swings it left. Wilbert's three of the answer. That's a big one. Knocks it down wing left. From three-point range, Wilbert had not knocked down nor attempted a three this year. It's now 11-9 Bison.
And Wilbert was almost standing on the left sideline. That three was so long.
Hicklin hands it off left side to Jaquan Sims, the Limestone College transfer. Flips it back, quarter left to Hicklin. Angles to the top of the circle with 12 to shoot. They give him space. He'll fire a three. At back rim's no good. Tigers seal off, and down for the rebound is Tyler Arnold. East Central could tie or take the lead of this possession with a three. Burns dances with the basketball, moves left of the apple screen, weaves his way to the top of the circle, now backs it out of the Bison logo with 15 to shoot. Game clock at 14:10 to play first half. Romello Wilbert lobs it to Apple, who they collapse, and he goes one-on-one with Wilcox. Back to Arnold, circle right, spins, challenged, missed the jump shot, rebound out of bounds. Arnold had it, but Wilcox raked it out of his hands, and we get a timeout. 14:01 to play here with the first half. This is going to be fun. Bison 11, Tigers 9. We'll pause for these messages on the OBU Radio Network.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A.
A is for above and beyond.
An extra level of care.
A game.
From caring for our guests in our community to cleanliness and safe service with a My Pleasure. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
A little funky dance.
And that too.
Harrison Stoddard will check back in. Justin 10 comes in for the first time off Jason Aker's bench. 10 is a 6'8 junior from Dakar Cynical. 2 points, 2 rebounds, 8.5 minutes at Southern Nazarene. 10 averaging almost 4 boards to go along with 2 points in his prior 3 appearances, all in a reserve role. Bison basketball brought to you by SSM Health, St. Anthony Hospital, Shawnee, and by P&K Equipment. Tigers will inbound. Arnold gets the lob pass top of the circle, guarded by Brantley Thompson. Bounce pass, baseline left for Jonathan Baruti. He backs down, throws it up, and it rolls off. And a foul against Justin 10 and 10, and the Bison one dog very, very lucky that's not an and one.
Very close to rolling in there.
So first foul against Justin 10, and Jonathan Baruti out of the Democratic Republic of the Congo will go to the free throw line, where he averages 2 points and just under a rebound in his prior appearances. He clangs the first free throw off the heel of the rim. Baruti from the stripe this year has not attempted a free throw up until this point. And Crutchfield goes to the bench, and Jakeem Akers, who played a lot last year for the Tigers, will come in.
That free throw by Jonathan Baruti's a line drive hard off the rim.
Second free throw hard as well. Harrison Stoddard, ensuring he is not shut out of the glass, tips the rebound to himself. Jordan Thompson back out there, brings it to the front court to Harrison. Stoddard gets it back to JT, drives left, whips it right. Trey Green into the quarter for Hicklin. Crosses over, tries to get in the paint, can't, bounces for Green out high, down the paint he goes. Left quarter to Stoddard, jump passes with 10 to shoot. Hicklin, a jab step, backs it out, fires a three, and rolls off. Rebound juggled, and Justin 10 has it for OBU. Back to Jarius Hicklin. That's the second offensive rebound for the Bison here early in this ball game. Thompson veers right of a screen, turns the quarter, got himself committed, had nowhere to go, and then throws it away. Tried to kick it out. The ball was deflected and stolen. Bison with their 4th turnover here in the contest. Brennan Burns through the top of the circle, picks his dribble up. Jordan Thompson, those two will be doing battle for a long time in this conference. Pressures the ball. They bounce at top of the circle for Akers, who slides right, kicks it right wing for Arnold, and a foul against Trey Green, who just fouled a jump shooter.
From three-point land.
So Trey Green with his first foul. I think that's the second time in as many home games that Green has fouled a jump shooter in the act of a three. I know it's the second time in 2 games that OBU has done it. I think it's been Green both times. First foul shot rattles home by Arnold, who's 3 of 3 for the line. Last year, East Central went 4-8 in 12 road games. They're 1-1 this season away from the Kerr Center. Second foul shot is good, and he'll get one more. The one win at Southern Nazarene last Saturday. The one loss, 88-83 down at Durant Monday night, thanks to a career-high 38 points from Adam Dworsky, the preseason Division II All-American. Trey Green comes out after that foul, and Arnold's third free throw is clean as you please. Just like that, East Central takes the lead at 12-11. Hicklin angles for the wing to the top of the circle. Left side, Jordan Thompson for 3, no. And the rebound to Ramilo Wilbert. Thompson got hot as a firecracker in July from 3 in the second half at Southern Nazarene. Jakeem Akers with the basketball. Tigers with a 1-point lead with 12.5 to play first half. Wilbert kicks it to Arnold on the baseline. He sidesteps as Brantley guards him. Now he gets a screen. They roll the screener. That's Baruti, and it's intercepted. 10 with the interception to Hicklin, who angles into the right front court. Now kicks it off to Brantley, right quarter, looking for Stoddard down low. He can't get it to him. Now 10 pops out, slot right. Back to Brantley, 17 to shoot. Thompson with it to Stoddard, whips it down low to 10. They collapse on him. He cross-courts it for Hicklin, quarter left, 9 to shoot. Hicklin whips it back out front to Thompson. Jordan, a stutter step drives, tries to get to the quarter, gets to Hicklin. 4 to shoot, pulls up from 11, got it. From the left angle, Jarius Hicklin with his first bucket. No OBU back in front by 1.
Jarius Hicklin not super hot from downtown this season, but that step-back jumper inside around the lane is deadly.
Wilbert with the basketball, being shadowed by the freshman Jordan Thompson. Crosses over, loses Thompson, hands it wing left to Arnold in front of the Bison bench. Now to Akers out front, right side to Tyler Arnold. Shot clock already into 5. Brantley guards Arnold. Top of the key with it is Wilbert, left side. Akers will fire a 3. It clangs off the heel of the rim. OBU with a rebound. Thompson speeds right down the middle of the Bison logo. Center circle. Now angles left on the wing to Brantley Thompson. He's guarded by Arnold, who runs him off the circle. Now Thompson curls around a screen, and we're going to get a foul. And I think that's on Justin 10, who was trying to set the pick out high. So 10, in less than 3 minutes, has committed his second foul. And we get a timeout on the floor with 11:15 to play first half. OBU leads by a point, 13-12 over Visted East Central on the OBU Bison Radio Network.
Spending life wisely means taking small steps towards a life of love and impact. And we're here to inspire and empower you along the way. Spend life wisely. First United Bank.
Jalen Crutchfield and Josh Apple, a couple of starters, will check back in for Chris Crutchfield out of the timeout. Folks, get ready for storm season. Finance your storm shelter with Tinker Federal Credit Union. Visit any TFCU branch or go to tinkerfcu.org to apply. Bison 13, East Central 12. We're under 11 minutes to play here in the first half from Shawnee. Ramilo Wilbert with the basketball out front, angles through the paint, feeds it down low to Apple, who was challenged, thought he was fouled, he missed everything. OBU with a window, into the front court with it is Hicklin. Quarter left to Thompson, to Hicklin, now to Stoddard, right side to Sims, back to JT, top of the key. Driving left is Hicklin, and he lays it in. That's Sims with the basket. Jaquan with his first bucket. OBU now has scored 4 straight to lead by 3.
Sims has been so astute going to the hole this year.
Matt Garriga, fall away 3 from NBA range, right side, no good. Thompson with a deflected rebound, speeds up the right sideline, kicks it to Jarius Hicklin, back to JT, out front to Stoddard, swings it left. Sims with the basketball. Back to Hicklin, 18 to shoot. They work it to Stoddard on the baseline. He turns and airballs a 15-footer. Well defended that time by Josh Apple.
Harrison Stoddard left-handed. That was a fall-away jumper on the right baseline. He's a little bit better on the left.
Look at Akers banging his way into the body of Stoddard, and he lays it in. Jakeem Akers with his first bucket off of the bench, and it's 15-14 with 10 minutes to play here in the first half. Right front court, Stoddard. He's only put up 6 field goal attempts the last 2 games. He's 0 of 1 tonight. Thompson gets a screen from Harrison, dribbles to the corner, is trapped, gets it back to Harrison to Brantley. He'll trigger a 3, and he got it! Holy Toledo! Brantley Thompson with 4 3-point baskets, and OBU stretches the advantage now to 18-14.
And that was one of the long ones. Brantley Thompson with such a nice follow-through on those threes.
Brantley came into the ball game 2 of 11 from 3. Apple bangs his way in against Stoddard, wheels around him and lays it in. Josh Apple, and that is not easy to do with Harrison Stoddard. Got separation and got the basket.
Apple scores a lot more better when he goes hard and aggressive at the goal. The last trip up the floor, he's kind of nonchalant, missed the score.
Sims with it to Thompson, head of the circle. Jordan Thompson with it, slot left. Now works right of a Stoddard screen. They roll Harrison. East Central covers him up. Hicklin bounces it to Harrison with 7 to shoot by a baseline left. Back out front to Sims, probes his way, backs it out for 3, airballs that one. Thompson with a rebound, and they're not going to get the shot off. Jordan Thompson heaved it up, and it went in, but well after the shot clock buzzer. So OBU will give it back on their 7th turnover here of the contest. Jordan Thompson, Harrison Stoddard check out. Trey Green comes back in, along with Nigel Wilcox. Josh Crutchfield, a transfer from NOC Enid, and the other son of Chris Crutchfield on the roster, comes in for the first time. Brennan Burns returns, handles it out front. Out pops Josh Crutchfield. Crutchfield with it to Burns, swings it right corner. Akers against the man-to-man, guarded by Sims, 12 to shoot, gets deep into the paint, feeds it to a cutter. That's Burns who lays it in. That's too easy, and we're tied at 18.
That's because Jakeem Akers was allowed to dribble between the zone and get into deep in the lane.
6 of 18 field goal shooting with that basket for East Central. We're tied at 18. Very little separation between these two teams over halfway through the first half. Hicklin gets it to Thompson, fires an air ball, quarter left. Wilcox with a rebound, muscles back up, and he in. Nigel just muscled up right in the face of the defender. It hit twice on the hill of the rim and then found the cup.
And Brantley Thompson, only his 2nd miss of the game. That one must have been too close for him, his 14 feet.
Burns dribbles stationary top of the circle, was smothered now by Jarius Hicklin. Bounces it left side. Akers trying to get deep, crosses over, works deep. Shot is blocked out of bounds. That's Sims that got a piece of it. And quickly back into the lineup is Jonathan Baruti. And we'll get the under 8 media timeout with 7:45 to play here in the first half. The first half brought to you by Sin Relief, helping you make a difference in your community and the world around, because when help and hope combined, lives are changed. Back in a moment. This is Bison basketball on the OBU.
We look to shape our world. It'll be people who know how to think with their heads and their hearts. People who understand that faith is not the enemy of education, but its partner. More than book smart, more than business smart. They are wise in their whole being.
We are future shapers.
Learn to live well and lead well in God's world. Be a future shaper at OBU.
Industry-leading customer service. Shop OBUBison.com, the official online store of OBU Athletics. Bison 8 of 16 to start, 4 of 9 from 3. Brantley Thompson 4 of 5 from three-point range. Beyond the arc, the Tigers 1 of 5. The only made three-point basket is Crutchfield. 32% field goal shooting for the Tigers early, and Nigel Wilcox out of the break nearly steals the pass. Couldn't quite control it. It's out of bounds. It'll stay with ECU in the front court with 5 to trigger.
Wilcox reading the eyes of point guard Jakeem Akers, jumps on the pass, got his fingertips left-handed, just couldn't quite save it from going out of bounds.
Inbounds pass to Josh Crutchfield from his brother Jalen. He'll heave up a desperation three and banks it in. I'm having flashes back to Southern Nazarene on Monday night.
A lot of smiles all across the East Central bench, too, going, wow, where'd that come from?
21-20 in favor of the Tigers as we're under 7.5 to play in the first half. Trey Green holds it above his head, right wing against the zone. Tigers in a 2-3 look. Green takes a dribble, bounces it for Brantley, follow a 12-footer, good on the baseline. Brantley Thompson already has 14 points in the first half.
Like a baseball player watching all the way, following through with a hit. Thompson is looking at the back of the rim, following through, nailing everything.
Burns cross courts it left wing side to Jalen Crutchfield, to his brother Josh for three of the quarter. It's an air ball. Rebound to Hicklin. Jarius speeds all the way down to the paint, goes around two defenders and lays it in. There was really not much challenge. Chris Crutchfield not happy at all over on the Tiger bench.
But when Jarius Hicklin elevates like that and goes up, it's like he's above the defense every time.
OBU with 4 straight. They've retaken the lead 22-21 with 6.5 to play in the first half. Akers dribbles stationary to Josh Crutchfield, back to Jakeem. Akers probes his way, bangs into Sims, who blocked the shot. Sims with a rebound. Outlets to Hicklin up the left side. OBU counterattacks. Hicklin with a shake-and-bake move. Spins deep, leaves it out high for Sims. Quan crosses over, bounces for Wilcox in traffic, and it's stolen away. Jalen Crutchfield comes out of there with it to Akers from 24. Bang! He got that one left circle. That's Burns and not Akers. That is unbelievable range by a freshman.
That was in the middle of the N, above the N on Bison.
24 apiece, OBU at East Central with 5.5 to play in the first half. Trey Green bounces to Thompson, left of the paint, cross courts it. Hicklin for three, no. Rebound to Brantley Thompson. He'll dribble out from underneath to the right corner. Gives OBU a fresh 20 on the shot clock. Thompson filling it, fires it up. Three, it's hit it out. Hung on the rim, was tipped by Wilcox. Green has it. Now he leaves it for Sims. Bang! He pays it off. Jaquan Sims knocks the eyes out of a three. Timeout East Central with 5:24 to play here in the first half. OBU getting their 5th offensive rebound, and in second chance points, that is now an 8-5 OBU advantage.
Trey Green getting the rebound inside the left block, kicks out to a wide open Jaquan Sims, knocks the eyes out of it. Jaquan Sims has 2 blocks, back-to-back trips on Jakeem Akers.
I failed to mention this. Brantley Thompson's first of 4 3-pointers tonight gave him 150 here at Bison Hill. He's added 3 more, so he's at 153. Brantley Thompson came in to the contest with 874 points. He already has 14.
Brantley Thompson is in peak form jump shooting tonight. He's releasing the ball right at the very pinnacle of his jump. Beautiful follow through.
Bison basketball brought to you by the First National Bank and Trust Company. We are the bank you can count on. Talk to us first. Tigers will bring it to the front court. Trey Green pressures the basketball. Crutchfield hands it off right side to Macariga. Now to Brennan Burns. Burns turns the quarter, gets deep against Stoddard, bounces it out front. 3 by Garriga, good, left circle. East Central has 4 3-point baskets from 4 different players. And the game is tied again at 27 with under 5 to play in the first half. Hicklin a bounce pass, steps right into the corner. Goes back out front for Sims. Quan to Jarius. Hicklin drives, turns the corner, is cut off by Josh Crutchfield. 12 to shoot. They swing it around the perimeter. Trey Green for 3 left side, and he got it. Green, who was an outstanding prep player at Kingfisher, gets his first 3 at OBU. Already has knocked down 6 triples in the ball game.
Great ball movement by the Bison, moving it around the horn against the zone, finding the open 3-point shot.
Baseline left, Josh Crutchfield. He turns and throws it away. The interception to Green. Up ahead to Hicklin to the goal. Layup is good. Jarius Hicklin on the run out gets the bucket. OBU 32, East Central 27.
Great job by Trey Green with the quick outlet pass. He picked up the ball off the floor just inside the free throw line. A long pass to Hicklin, who's great in the open floor.
4th East Central turnover. Down low with it is Apple. His turnaround jump shot hit the hill of the rim. Good defense by Stoddard, who wipes the window clean. Off those 4 turnovers for East Central, OBU has parlayed them into 4 points. Sims turns the corner right. No good, no look pass down. Let us start it. Who lays it up and in? Are you kidding me? It was almost like he threw it up and in, with a blind look at the basket.
Josh Crutchfield hammered Harrison Stoddard going, like you said, hit him right in the side of the head and in the back, knocked him back, angling away from the basket, and it banks in.
There's a timeout on the floor. 3:44 to play in the first half. We've seen some shot making by OBU here in this first half of play. And Stoddard, after his first bucket of the night, will go to the foul line. Out of the timeout. OBU's taking control with 7 straight, a chance to make it an 8-0 run. Despite the
How does a chicken sandwich become a Whataburger spicy chicken sandwich? Is it by slathering it in a fiery sauce or adding some crazy hot toppings? Nah. If the chicken in a chicken sandwich wants to be spicy, it has to come from the inside. By marinating it in spices, frying it up, then cooling it off with fresh veggies, all on a new brioche bun. Good thing flavor can come from within. Good thing there's the new limited-time spicy chicken sandwich at Whataburger.
Harrison Stoddard, you just see it in his body language, how much he loves basketball. He cannot stand to get a chintzy foul or just fouls because it's just so difficult to defend in this league. And he's always in foul trouble, so he's always nervous, and he gets so upset if a touch foul's called on him.
Stoddard's going to go to the free throw line. He did not get to the stripe at Bethany on Monday night. He's just under 82% collectively in his career here. This is 4th year on Bison Hill. So Stoddard has a chance to make it an 8-0 run for the Bison, and he does as he hits the foul shot. OBU is 1 of 3 from the stripe here in the first half. They came in 71%, averaging 17.5 tries and 12.3 makes per contest. Tyler Arnold swings it around the perimeter. Garrigo will trigger a 3. That one comes up short. Thompson steps inside of Apple and tips the rebound away from Josh to a teammate.
Well, Garrigo's way outside on the left wing. A long 3 hit the front of the rim and the back of the rim. His touch is so soft that ball almost fell in.
OBU plus 8 of the glass, 18-10. Hicklin rips a cross-court pass away, drives and banks a shot home for the right angle. Jarius has scored 4 of the last 7 for the Bison, and they now lead it by 10.
How athletic is that? Rising again above the defense with the floater off the glass.
2:57 to play first half. Hand off to Burns out front from Arnold. He gets a screen, drives right, bangs into Sims, and they're going to call an offensive foul against Burns. That's going to be his first. They have had so many great guards with Jay Havens, the coach, in 6 years at East Central. And they have another one in Brennan Burns coming up as a freshman. How about this? Sherry is carrying 12 assists for OBU on 15 first-half made baskets. In the backcourt, Sims has his pocket picked by Burns, who goes around him and lays it in.
Wow. I guess Sims made Burns mad by taking that charge, and he just took it away from him.
That ends a 10-0 OBU run that had seen him build a 37-27 lead. Sims to Stoddard out front. Stoddard whips it across the floor. Sims pump fakes, drives, pulls up from 17, back rims it. Arnold high for the rebound for the Tigers. To Burns, who clears it on the front court up the right side from left to right. 2:12 to play in the first half. He pushed off. Burns got by with this one. Misses strong of the foul on the three-point jump shot. Rebound tipped, and Green has it. Into the front court to Hicklin, who was hammered. Garriga took it away. No foul is called. Jarius is incredulous, and then they rattle a 3 home with Jalen Crutchfield. How was that not called a foul? And all of a sudden the Tigers have come back with 5 straight, and Jason Aker wants an explanation.
Yeah, Jason Aker had to take a timeout there. 2 no calls. I think Jaquan Sims got pushed off to the floor on an offensive foul, and then the mugging there at half court.
37-32 prompts the OBU timeout. With 1:57 to play here in the first half. We'll greet you from Weatherford at 1:45 on the network. Saturday afternoon, 2 and 4 for the Bison and the Bulldogs. And Southwestern's women are cruising. Right now they look to be head and shoulders above the field in the Western Division at least. Ranked 21st in the new Division II poll out. And Terry Evans, I know a guy you know very well, Juan Dog. He's got that Bulldog team playing very well going into tonight. They were off to an unbeaten start.
wins state championship at Midwest City, state championship at Edmond North, has a lot of success at the University of Central Oklahoma, now at Southwestern Oklahoma State, beat Southeastern.
Two Sooners coaching in this game. Chris Crutchfield, he didn't graduate, but he had a big hand in Lon Kruger's success in Norman. And then, of course, Bo Overton. We'll see Bo and Terry Evans, a couple of Sooners in both games of the doubleheader on Saturday afternoon. Jordan Thompson back out there, handles the rock with the left hand, brings it to the front court, hands it off to Hicklin. Hicklin being bumped by Apple, crosses over, gets around him, goes to the goal, high off the window, and he scores. Holy cow. There's just a little bit of separation to get to the rim.
And there's three defenders looking at Jarius Hicklin. Hicklin didn't care. He was determined, backed up to the free throw line, went left-handed on the left side, high off the glass.
Jarius Hicklin now 4 of 8 shooting, has 5 of 9 shooting, has 10 points. Apple misses short again, and Stoddard controls the rebound. Harrison now has his 5th retrieval of the first half. 75 seconds to go before intermission. OBU leads at 39-32. The biggest lead came a moment ago at 10. 37-27. Hicklin left side. Brantley Thompson, does he say hot? Yes, he does. Brantley with his 5th three-point basket now has 17, and he is sizzling, as white hot as his jersey.
Catches the ball, then jump stops to the left and hammers a three.
Arnold swings it left side to Jalen Crutchfield. Back to Tyler, right side to Burns. Bounce pass on the baseline. Apple to a cutting Burns. Layup good. That's the way you run a half-court offense right there.
Well, I'd say.
42-34 OBU. 34 seconds to play first half. Trey Green cut off head of the circle. Goes left side to Thompson. Bounces it for Brantley. Brantley backing down against Crutchfield. Pivots, now is forced to give it up to Stoddard. He gets around Apple to the goal. Left-handed layup is good. Harrison Stoddard with a quiet 5. Shot clock off for ECU. 13 seconds to play in the half.
And Stoddard slammed the standard as he's picking himself up the floor. Thought he should have had an and one.
44-34. OBU's equaled their biggest lead of the half. Burns left of the screen from Apple, slides right, try to kick it out. Green knocks it out of bounds with 2.7 seconds to go before the halftime break. Stoddard will check out. Nigel Wilcox comes in. Now Jaquan Sims throws the towel down. He's going to come in off the bench and replace Trey Green. Jalen Crutchfield will inbound the basketball for the Tigers. Gets it to Arnold. He'll catch, fire an uncontested 3. It's short, and carries out of bounds right to head coach Jason Aker. So after the game was tied, partner, at 27, OBU has got some good separation and take a 10-point lead to the first half locker room.
When you have the athleticism of Jarius Hicklin, he's not popping his threes yet, but off that drop step jumper, or he sets the defense up with the drop step jumper, then he goes and elevates above the defense for those driving baskets.
That is the end of the first half, brought to you by Send Relief, helping you make a difference in your community and the world above, because when help and hope combined, lives are forever changed. Our halftime show, brought to you by the Kuderberg Auto Group, is coming up next on the Bison Radio Network.
In for more and buy it for less. At Hudeberg Chevy in Midwest City, it's that simple. Get more money for your trade and buy new Chevys for less. And get payments that fit any budget. HudebergGM.com.
You can count on Hudeberg, we'll give you more.
Trade it in for more, buy it for less. It's that easy. At Hudeberg Buick GMC in Midwest City, it's that simple. Get more money for your trade and buy new Buicks and GMCs for less. HudebergGM.com.
You can count on Hudeberg, we'll give you more. Bison Radio Network. Welcome to the Hudeberg Auto Group halftime show.
Don't forget to visit Hudaberg.com to browse their great selection of over 1,000 new and used vehicles. Swan Dog, good first half. And the game was tied at 27 from that point forward. It was a 17-7 OBU run, and they have equaled their biggest lead of the first half, 44-34.
An outstanding first half by the Bison. East Central goes in, shoots lights out, outshoots Southern Nazarene to win in Bethany. Here you have a red-hot Brantley Thompson from downtown. Jerry's Hicklin driving the lane with his elevating shots. It's something, it's offense that East Central's defense can't match up with right now.
Something pretty magical about this building, isn't the way these guys play, but that's certainly nothing new to people around the conference. Everybody plays a lot better at their home, even without crowds, which I still think is a really very different atmosphere. I mean, we've done it now for, 3 weeks, and it's still taking some getting used to.
And I think it hurts the kids, the college experience. It's really unfortunate that they don't get to play in front of the student body, the cheering, just like you said, the electricity. It's just such a great game, such a great atmosphere when there are fans. But Brantley Thompson lighting it up regardless, 6 of 9 from the floor, 5 for 7 from beyond the arc for 17 points.
He has a season-high 17 points in the first half. Stampede donors are making a direct and tangible impact on the success of over 550 OBU student-athletes in the classroom, in the community, and in the field of competition. When you give to the Stampede, you are truly investing in champions. Learn more and sign up today at obubison.com/Stampede. Halftime brought to you by the Hudaberg Auto Group in Shawnee, 44-34. OBU leads East Central. Scott's back with the first half numbers in a moment on the Bison.
Let me tell you a story. A story about a woman who walks miles to carry undrinkable water to her family. Let me tell you about the water. Water everywhere, but not a drop to drink after a hurricane. I'll tell you about people, millions of people, who find themselves in a strange land far, far away. And I'll tell you a story about a farmer whose family and finances are being starved by drought. And how, on the other side of the world, there is a family starving for nutrients in a food desert. I'll tell you the tale of a trafficked teenager waiting to be assaulted again tonight, and again, and again. And how once upon a time, there was a child who would go to sleep without a bedtime story because that child didn't have someone to read them a bedtime story. It wasn't just once upon a time. It was hundreds of thousands upon a time. But that's not where the story has to end. Together, as Southern Baptists, we can rewrite the story. Together, we can become an unstoppable force of hope. Together, we can respond. Together, we can meet needs across the globe. Together, we can change lives in our own communities. Together, we are Send Relief.
He did not score. Jalen Crutchfield, 3 of 5 from the field, hit all 3 of his 3-pointers for 9 points. Brennan Burns, the active guard, 5 of 7 from the floor, 1 for 2 from downtown. He has 11 points. Tyler Arnold, 0 for 2 from the field. He has 5 points as he hit all 5 of his 3 free throws. Matt Garriga, 1 for 3 from the floor. Those were all 3-pointers for 3. And Jakeem Akers, 1 for 4 from the field, 2 points for East Central's 34 points. For Oklahoma Baptist, Harrison Stoddard, who was held without a rebound in Monday's contest in Bethany at Southern Nazarene, has 5 rebounds in the first half, also 5 total points, 2 for 3 shooting, 1 for 1 from the line. Jaquan Sims, 2 for 4 from the field, hit 1 3-pointer, 1 of 2, a nice kick out by Tyler Green, just inside the left block, wide open. Jaquan Sims buries it from the left wing. He has 5 points. Brantley Thompson, as I already told you, 17 points at halftime. That is already his game high or season high of 17 points, and we've only played 1 half here in Shawnee. Nigel Wilcox, perfect, 2 for 2 from the floor. He has also 5 rebounds, 4 points. Jerry's Hicklin with his drop step jump shots inside the free throw line and just out on the angles. He has 10 points, 5 of 9 from the field. He missed all 3 of his 3-pointers. Trey Green, 1 for 1 from the field. That was a 3-point shot for 3 points to total OBU's 44 points. The Hudaburg Halftime Show is brought to you by the Hudaburg Auto Group. Visit Hudaburg.com to browse their selection over 1,000 new and used vehicles. This is Bison Basketball on the OBU Radio Network.
Central, 5 made three-point baskets in the first half. That's as many as Brantley Thompson has to himself, and OBU a 10-point lead as we start the second half. Wilcox, Brantley Thompson, Sims, Hicklin, and Harrison Stoddard to start the final half for OBU. For the Tigers, it's Tyler Arnold along with Jalen Crutchfield, Remilio Wilbert, Brennan Burns, and Josh Apple. It'll be East Central basketball to start the second half, and here we go from Shawnee and Bison Hill. Burns operating the point guard, moves from right to left, bounces it down low for Apple, and we get a whistle and a stoppage of play. I'm not sure what that was about. 19:52 to play here in the second half. It's 23 on the Tigers' shot clock as they reset. Bounce pass to Apple. He got by with a double dribble. He feeds it to a cutting Wilbert. He misses it. Rebound to Josh Apple. Apple spins from right to left and hit the turnaround jump shot. Apple with 6 points. That's the 6th rebound offensively for the Tigers tonight, and Apple has his 3rd retrieval. 44-36 OBU. Stoddard bounces left, gets it to Thompson, who cuts and lays it in. 19 now for Brantley Thompson, and yet another assist from Harrison Stoddard. That's his 4th.
And yet what you pointed out earlier, Jason Aker on that first play, the give-and-go call.
Wilbert goes right at Stoddard. He blocks the shot, gets the rebound, gives a couple of pump fakes. Harrison holds his ground. Shot caroms off the front of the rim. Wilcox with a rebound and a foul. And that may be frustration. It is on the part of Remilio Wilbert. His first. Harrison Stoddard will get credit for the block shot. That's his 2nd of the ball game. Stoddard now with 113 career blocks, and he is inching towards the top 5 in Great American Conference history in that category. OBU leads it by 10 as they did at halftime. Stoddard cuts backdoor. Stoddard catches it, now spins around Apple, and Apple is called for the foul. That's his 1st.
Stoddard snuck around underneath the baseline behind Apple to get wide open underneath the basket.
East Central has made just one of their last 4, dating back to the late stages of the first half. OBU is really sizzling. They're shooting 63% as Stoddard cleanly hits the first free throw. Harrison all of a sudden is up to 6 points, and he is having a monster game. 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks, and he's played 14 minutes. And he bags his 7th point as he hits both free throws. OBU by a dozen. That's their biggest lead of the night, 48-36 over visiting East Central from Ada. Cross midcourt with it is Brennan Burns. Burns angles to the right side. Thompson now will defend him as Burns accelerates to the right corner. Crutchfield a catch and shoot 3, and he got it right side. I mean, he literally caught it and went right back up and now has 9 on 3 3-point
Boy, you
baskets.
talk about catch and shoot. That is about as quick as you can do a little Doc Holliday, catching that, pulling that right out of the holster and firing before anybody get there.
48-39. Stoddard with the top of the circle. Apple is on him. Now it's Sims to a cutting Stoddard, and the ball is off of Harrison out of bounds. So OBU will give it over on their 10th turnover of the night. Quickly back the other way. Arnold, the half-court pass, drives, shoots over a double team and hit it on the baseline. Arnold with his first basket now has 7 to go along with 5 of 5 foul shooting. Just like that, it's a little 5-0 East Central run.
Tyler Arnold had to put a little extra arc on that because a flying Nigel Wilcox was coming to swat that.
Wilcox runs down a pass from out high, and Brantley Thompson resets on the wing for Jarius Hicklin to Sims. Quan to Brantley. Does he stay hot? No. Shot was short. Karam's right to Jalen Crutchfield. Crutchfield accelerates up the left side. Turns the corner. Is cut off by Sims on the baseline. Resets out front. Apple open for 3. Misses that. And I don't think that's the shot necessarily that East Central was looking for. Josh Apple, although had been 1 of 1 from 3 before that miss. At the other end, we get a whistle and a foul, and that's going to go against, I believe, Wilbert, or are they calling it on Apple? That's the 2nd on Josh Apple.
Yeah, Josh Apple is so successful when he's really aggressive inside. That time left wide open, uncovered from the 3-point line, just to the right of the circle, and not even close.
Jordan Thompson replaces Jarius Hicklin out there with the floor. Wilbert will check out of the lineup, and Matt Garriga comes in for East Central. Sims will lob it to Stoddard between the rings to a backdoor cutting Brantley Thompson. He led him a little too far, and if you're watching and listening, you could see the disgust on Harrison Stoddard's face.
Well, OBU is very good at doing that. All the practice that Coach Aker puts them through. they make those good passes on those cuts, but in this league, it's a narrow window to make that long pass.
Last 96 seconds, East Central's on a 5-0 run, and they extend it as Arnold cuts back door. He gets the layup and one on the foul of Jordan Thompson.
If there wasn't an and one free throw, I think Jason Akers is about to call timeout because the momentum has definitely changed coming out of the locker room.
Without a doubt, they've scored 7 straight, a chance to make it 8 in a row, and that would cut it down to a 2-possession game after OBU had built the lead to double figures at 12. Here comes Green in for Jaquan Sims. Now Justin 10 will come in, and Nigel Wilcox will go to Jason Akers' bench. Saturday afternoon, 1:45 from Southwestern and Weatherford for the Bulldogs and the Bison. And Arnold remains perfect at the foul line. This kid is just a solid player. He has 10. Burns pressure with the inbounds pass. They finally trigger it in from Brantley Thompson to Trey Green. Back to Brantley. Now he walks it across midcourt. Guarded by Tyler Arnold. Brantley moves left. Gets the man-to-man defense. Hands it off to Jordan Thompson at the end of the Bison logo out front. Now it's Trey Green trying to bounce it down low, and it's out of bounds. And Brantley Thompson got tangled up with Tyler Arnold, so he had no chance to get that. And OBU now has turned it over 3 straight times.
OBU just up 48-44 by leading by 10 at intermission.
17:02 to play here in the second half. The largest lead was 12, and that was with 62 seconds gone here in the second half. Since then, it's been 8 straight for East Central, and subsequently, OBU's gone scoreless for more than 2 minutes. And East Central with a bad pass as Garriga just threw it into Brantley Thompson, who has the interception. Thompson is Stoddard between the circles out front, guarded by Arnold. Right side, Thompson working against Garriga. Now to Green against Crutchfield, left side of Brantley. Right of a 10 screen, they roll him down low. Brantley drives, kicks it right side. Thompson's 3, no. And Apple has the window for East Central. The outlets to Arnold. Arnold goes right into the body of Brantley Thompson, misses the layup. And then Stoddard juggles the rebound, but keeps it for OBU.
Jordan Thompson misses that nice look from the three-point line. That is a spot where we needed Jordan Thompson's newly hot hand.
16:10 to go, second half. OBU's lead down to 12. Brantley Thompson gets to the foul line, pulls up, missed it strong. And after a deflection, Arnold has it for the Tigers. He'll hand it off to Brennan Burns on the back end of the Bison Head loco in the middle of the floor. Under 16 minutes to play here in the ball game. The lead is 4, 48-44 for Oklahoma Baptist. Burns against Jordan Thompson. Looking for a screen, gets it from Crutchfield, turns right, cross courts at left wing, wide open Tyler Arnold for 3, and it's a 1-point game.
Wow, Tyler Arnold, like you said, a good player, very soft touch, knows when to alter his shot. When a shot blocker comes in, can go strong to the hole.
11 straight for the Tigers, they're within 1. Jordan Thompson has started out front to Green, down low, some pushing, shoving, and Josh Apple has now picked up his 3rd. And a timeout on the floor, and it's much needed from the Bison standpoint. 15:27 to play, second half. East Central within 1, 48-47. This is Bison basketball presented by McIntyre Law on the Bison Radio Network.
We have over 100 years of experience fighting for Oklahomans injured in automobile and semi-accidents. Distracted driving is an epidemic. According to government studies, 1 in 4 crashes now involve texting and driving. That's 1.6 million accidents caused each year by distracted drivers. If you have been injured and you want to know your rights, call us now. The consultation is free.
We love what we do and we're good at it. We are trial lawyers. Call McIntyre.
.58%.
They're shooting good, but boy, East Central coming out of the locker room on fire. What a great adjustment by Chris Crutchfield. We're going to see a nice little OBU play from out of bounds from Jason Akers. They're lined up in the box. Let's see what his specialty is on this.
Tinker Federal Credit Union's Click Checking is online, easy, and makes your money work for you. Simply use TFCU's online services to earn a higher rate on your checking account balance. They'll inbound to Nigel Wilcox, and I think they're going to call a tie-up, or they call in Jalen Crutchfield for the foul. They're going to call him for a reach, and it looked like from up here that Crutchfield almost had tied up Nigel Wilcox. Instead, that's the first foul against Jalen.
Yeah, that could have won either way, but I do think that Crutchfield got him on the arm.
Already 5 fouls on the board of the second half. They cross court it. Jordan Thompson for three-quarter left. No. Rebound tip. Thompson has it. Bounces it hard to Stoddard on the baseline, and then he throws it away. Trying to throw it up front. Arnold the steal. The layup is good, and East Central with 13 straight leads by a point.
That's where Jordan Thompson leaves his feet, and he's in no man's land. Tyler Arnold read that pass.
Sims hands it off out front to Jordan Thompson. His pass for Stoddard knocked into the backcourt. It's out of bounds, and it's off Harrison Stoddard's leg. And the Bison are just completely crumbling right now. With 14:57 to play, it's 13 unanswered by East Central, and the drought is 4-01 with 6 turnovers during that time for the Bison.
Harrison Stoddard is such a complete player. He usually does everything right. That time, really closely covered. He wasn't very strong with the basketball at midcourt, had it knocked away.
Jordan Thompson is going to check out. Jason Aker having some words for his freshman card. Brennan Burns pops out near the center circle logo, gets the inbounds pass, dribbles behind the back, works right of a screen, angles right to the wing. Now sidesteps back top of the circle. Plenty of time on the Tigers' shot clock as they try to add to a 13-0 run and a 1-point lead. Jarius Hicklin probing to the basketball, gets it to Arnold, falling away from the right elbow. Instead, cross-courts it to Garriga. Back to Burns, to Garriga, bounces it to Apple, bangs it against Stoddard, and a foul against Harrison Stoddard, and that's going to be his second. It has just collectively gone to pot on both ends of the floor right now for the Bison.
Josh Apple backed into Harrison Stoddard without dribbling. It looked like he took 3 steps, and David Stevens called the foul on Stoddard.
Oh, David Stevens. Matt Garriga with the top of the circle. To Jalen Crutchfield, attacks left. It's Stoddard who got another block. That's his third of the ball game. Green, the rebound to Brantley Thompson, up ahead to Sims to a cutting Stoddard. Layup good. Look at him do it on both ends of the floor.
Oh, what a spark. That's something that was really needed for the Bison.
Quick three by Arnold, no good, left corner. Trey Green with the rebound. OBU's scoreless drought was 4 minutes and 40 seconds and ended by a Harrison Stoddard layup. OBU by 1 with a basketball. Actually, they're down by 1, 49-48. Thompson with it, foul line left, holds it above his head, bangs his way into Brennan Burns, backs him down on the block, turns into the paint and scores. Brantley Thompson now with 19 of the ball game.
Good job by Thompson using his body about midway up on the left side of the lane, turnaround jumper.
4 straight by OBU, they lead by a point. Brantley Thompson, correction, has 21. Left corner 3 by Jalen Crutchfield is no good. Apple runs down the rebound. Resets out front to Arnold, to Josh Apple. Apple holds it above his head, whips it across the floor. Jalen Crutchfield pump fakes, drives in, throws up a runner, missed it. Apple with a rebound, bangs his way, and Stoddard blocked another shot. Apple with a rebound, missed it again, and Stoddard may have gotten a finger on that one. OBU with a rebound. Up ahead, Thompson to Sims, to Harrison, right to the floor, goes up, and Garriga pins that one up against the backboard. A big block by Matt Garriga. Arnold controls into the front court to Burns. Spins, tries to drive baseline left. Now angles back to the wing with under 13 minutes to play in the second half. OBU nursing a 3-point lead, 52-49. Harrison Stoddard officially with just 3 blocks in the ball game. Out high with it is Crutchfield to Arnold for corner 3 left. No. Green down to control the miss. Trey to Sims, and a timeout called. And Jason Aker is livid at Jarius Hicklin. Mask and all, you could hear him clear as day from up here.
He said, call timeout, I wanted to call a timeout, so it took a while for Hicklin to call the timeout. He was in the front court. It was Trey Green in the back court that made
12:37 to play in the ball game. Oklahoma Baptist has it. The Bison lead East Central, 52-49 of the Bison Radio Network.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A.
A is for above and beyond.
An extra level of care.
A game.
From caring for our guests and our community to cleanliness and safe service with a My Pleasure. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
A little funky dance.
And that too.
The second half of Bison basketball presented by OBU alumnus Noble McIntyre and his team of dedicated and effective personal injury attorneys at McIntyre Law. Harrison Stoddard put it on a display on both ends of the floor, has helped OBU rally after coughing up a 12-point lead. They trailed by 3, now lead by 3 thanks to 6 straight.
I think you just fired him up by saying that he was shut out on the rebound end up in at Southern Nazarene.
Hicklin with the basketball to Brantley, top of the circle. Thompson puts up a deep 3. Bang! Nothing but net for Brantley. 24 for Brantley Thompson on 6 triples. OBU leads at 55-49.
Brantley Thompson and that beautiful foul through nothing but net again.
Handoff out high to Jakeem Akers. Drives right. Offensive foul against Akers.
Nigel Wilcox taking the block, standing just right in front of the semicircle. He's normally very aggressive and fast. That time he planted his feet, took the charge.
OBU basketball brought to you by P&K Equipment. Stop by any of their 18 Oklahoma and Arkansas locations today and see why around these parts John Deere starts with P&K. Jordan Thompson back out there as the floor general, the freshman from Moore, walks it across midcourt, guarded by the Bethany freshman Brennan Burns. Left side to Hicklin, drives, spins into a double team, kicks it out wing left. Thompson for 3, no good. And the rebound to Baruti, who just checked in. Jonathan played sparingly in the first half, out for Chris Crutchfield's ball club for the first time in the second half. Burns with it out front. OBU leads 55-49. Burns right of a screen, attacks right to the goal, and a block shot.
Nigel Wilcox with the block, elevating.
OBU out and running. Green gives a pump fake as the defender went flying by, missed the bump. Ball tipped off to Bison. Karam's out to Thompson, to Jordan for 3. No good right wing. Wilcox crashes. Burns has it. Up ahead to Jalen Crutchfield. He drives around Thompson to the goal, scoops it up and in.
Good defense by East Central on the other end. Normally Trey Green, when he gets that deep, he does a pump fake and gets the ball off the glass and in.
Trey Green looked like he might be shaken up a little bit. He's walking off okay during the official timeout. With 11:08 to play here in the second half, and OBU's lead down to 4, 55-51.
Spending life wisely means taking small steps towards a life of love and impact. And we're here to inspire and empower you along the way. Spend life wisely. First United Bank.
He now has 6, and OBU has paid it off 8 times from beyond the arc.
And a very high percentage for Brantley Thompson. Very confident, squaring up on the shot. And kind of, when he has that much confidence, sometimes you have a hot hand. You'll take a shot when you're closely guarded. That time he did from the left wing, just necked out from the back.
Don't forget, Bison fans, you can stay up to date on the latest in OBU sports by following us on Facebook at Oklahoma Baptist University Athletics, on Twitter and Instagram at OBU_athletics to keep up with all things OBU. Athletic Communications Department here at OBU does a great job with their social media. I'm telling you, if you don't follow OBU, we encourage you to do so. Also subscribe to Oklahoma Baptist University Athletics YouTube page. That's the way you can access all the home games via video going forward the rest of the year. OBU has it. They lead by 4, 55-51. Brantley Thompson with it to Jerry Hicklin, left front court to Green. Must not have been shaken up. He's still out there. Sims moves right of a Wilcox screen. Now gets it to Hicklin, who drives to the foul line. Back to Nigel with the baseline, 10 to shoot. He bangs his way. Now kicks it. Open 3 from Trey Green. Bang! Right wing.
How about the unselfishness by Nigel Wilcox? He drives the lane. Could have done a little baby jump hook in the lane, but he kicks it out to an uncovered Trey Green for the 3.
Trey Green shot the ball well and limited opportunity on Monday night. He's doing it again tonight. 2 of 2 from 3 and 2 of 3 from the floor. Handoff right side to Arnold. OBU leads it by 7, 58-51. And Wilcox, who came out of the help trying to poke the defense or the ball out of Arnold's hands, is called for the foul.
How about the court coverage by Nigel Wilcox? And I know we say that night in and night out, but he was on the left block, came all the way to fire to cover the guard out by the B on the Bison.
Wilcox will draw his second, the 3rd Bison team foul. East Central plays it in a side in front of their head coach, Chris Crutchfield. Arnold's pass knocked away from Burns, and Hicklin, who was on his way to a bucket, is going to be denied because of a foul.
Hicklin hit nothing but the basketball there. Looked like he had a runaway layup.
Look at Jason Aker. He was almost to midcourt. Now he's weaving his way through the socially distanced chairs on the bench.
And David Stevens was right in front of that call. He did a good job with the no call. It was the C official that made that call from on the other side of the floor.
Wilbert to Burns, back to Wilbert, out front to Garriga. Swings it left to Tyler Arnold. Halfway through the second half, OBU leads it by 7, 58-51. Burns with a behind-the-back dribble, trying to lose Hicklin. Can't. Kicks it right side. Wilbert to Arnold. Throws up a floater. That's actually Garriga. He missed it. He tips the rebound. It's juggled, and finally the Bison have it. Sims is going to be blocked by Ramilo Wilbert at midcourt, and that's his second. And that's already team foul number 7 in the second half against East Central, so we'll have a 1-and-1 for the Bison.
Those were 2 hard hammer jobs by Ramelo Wilbert. He got away with the first hit, but the second hit he got whistled for.
East Central fell 88-83 at Southeastern, who played their 3rd straight game without Kellen Manick on Monday night. Hicklin rattles the free throw home. You might remember Kellen Manick went down with an ankle injury in the second half here last Thursday night, and he has not played since.
And it was when Kellen Manick lost his shoe in the front court, and he ran back on defense.
Hicklin strong on the second free throw. That's what he is, 50% this year for the line. He was 1 of 2. Garriga turns to the 3, top of the circle, goes left side. Josh Crutchfield had it knocked out of his hands by Nigel Wilcox. Tigers will throw in 21 on the shot clock and 9:39 to play.
Josh Crutchfield is licking his left hand, saying that, hey, man, he hacked me hard on my left hand.
Jalen Crutchfield to inbound. Garriga pops out left front court. 17 to shoot. He hands it off to Brennan Burns. OBU at a man-to-man defense. Burns gets away from Hicklin, drives, bounces it down low. Wilbert kicks it to Arnold, and he's fouled by Nigel Wilcox shooting a 3.
Well, he backed away from Tyler Arnold. Tyler Arnold, the jump shooter and the three-pointer, he fell into Wilcox, and David Stevens set a blocking foul on Wilcox.
That's the 3rd against Nigel Wilcox. You just can't give him any reason to blow the whistle when a jump shooter is shooting 3. Arnold especially is way too good for the foul line. He's 7 of 7 tonight and cleanly hits the first of 3. Arnold had been 9 of 13 to start his junior year out of Pryor before having his best evening of the young season from the stripe.
Well, Wilcox came out to protect the three-point line. He turned his back, had his back to Arnold, and Arnold jumped into him.
3rd and final free throw, nothing but net. Arnold, a big, big game tonight. He's got a team-high 17 points. Burns, incidentally, is checked out of the ball game briefly for East Central, probably to get a blow over on the bench. Sims into the front court. Quan leaves it to Green, steps around the defender, one hands a pass to Thompson. Angles left, hands it off to Hicklin. Jarius to the left block. Cut off. Resets to Green out front. Good man-to-man defense. 5 to shoot for OBU. Brantley Thompson drives, kicks it in the right corner. Sims moves left, gets Arnold in the air, fires a 3, front rims it. Wilcox down amongst 4 Tigers, keeps the rebound alive, but tips it to Wilbert. Into the front court goes Wilbert to Garriga right circle. Between the rings with it is Jalen Crutchfield. Drives, throws up a runner, and hit it from 6 in the paint. This guy's a shot maker, you can tell. Jalen Crutchfield with his 5th basket.
Extremely good footwork, dribbling the basketball, squaring his shoulders to the basket for the good jumper.
Crutchfield now with 14, team high 18 on the board for Arnold. Down the paint goes Green. He's hacked, throws it up, and he's going to the line. And Trey Green ended up on his rear end of the restricted circle area, but he's going to pick himself up with the help of his teammates and go to the line for 2.
Trey Green saw Josh Crutchfield moving in the lane. He just ran right into him. Josh Crutchfield putting his arms up, say, hey, I didn't do anything.
Josh Crutchfield with his 2nd. Both of the Crutchfield boys, Jalen and Josh, Jalen a year older, as Green hits the 1st. Prepped in Norman when their father, Chris Crutchfield, was one of the top assistants for Lon Kruger Sooners. Trey Green with 7 points tonight. He can match his season high of 8. Set Monday night against Southern Nazarene with a free throw, and he does. Bison lead it 61-56. 8:17 from the finish of this one. Ramelo Wilbert into the front court, bounces it for Arnold, left of a Crutchfield screen. Is cut off of the block, kicks it out. Josh Crutchfield for 3, got it. It almost looked more like a heave and not a shot, but it came down clean as you please, and that's a big basket.
And you talk about balanced three-point shooting. Guards and post players for East Central can hit the three.
61-59, Chris Crutchfield, a terrific hire by Jeff Williams at East Central after Jay Havens had left after 6 years. Thompson drives baseline, misses the 15-footer. Arnold with the rebound as Stoddard hit hard to the floor. Out running, 4-on-3. The Tigers, OBU gets back. Right side, they skip it to Jalen Crutchfield. Drives against Stoddard, who blocked the shot, but he was on the hip. And Harrison's going to pick up his third foul. Officially, he has 3 blocks. Scott and I had him for 5, but nobody cares what we think. And we get a timeout. 7:40 to play. East Central will be at the line to tie the game. 61-59 Oklahoma Baptist. This is Bison Basketball on the OBU Radio Network.
We can't walk in your shoes or work right beside you, but we can be here for you in money, in life. We get it. We're on this path together, you and TFCU, Tinker Federal Credit Union.
Oklahoma Baptist, as we come out of the timeout, let's quickly pause for stations on the network to identify themselves. This is Oklahoma Baptist University Bison Basketball on the OBU Radio Network. Todd Miller, Scott Wanish, John Zonlow, our network coordinator back in Oklahoma City. 7:40 to go. 61-59. We'll have free throws for East Central out of the timeout. Earlier tonight, Bo Overton's first edition of Bison women's basketball fell to 0-4. 57-50, the loss to East Central. Lady Tigers led by 17 in the third period. OBU cut it to a one-possession game and then lose by 7. They get 21st ranked Southwestern on the road at 2 Saturday afternoon. Well, here's Jalen Crutchfield on the line for the first time tonight. The 7th and 8th time this season, and he rolls the first one in. Jalen Crutchfield has 15 points, averages 14-3 a game after transferring to play for his father, Chris, at East Central out of Stetson. Second free throw is short. Everybody almost was standing around. Unfortunately, OBU was able to corral the miss.
And that was Brantley Thompson, very aggressive, reaching out with the right hand and pulling it down.
7.5 to go in regulation. Another tight one here at the Noble between these two area rivals. Driving baseline, Hicklin kicks it to Sims for 3, misses at left corner. Stoddard was being drugged to the ground, and they're going to call a foul on Harrison Stoddard. And that is his 4th personal foul.
Harrison Stoddard
Are we watching the same game David Stevens is watching? I stand a little bit corrected. Sorry, Juan Dog. That's only the 3rd on Harrison, not the 4th.
Harrison did come from way across the lane very aggressively. Maybe David Stevens thought that he didn't have position and came over.
Josh Crutchfield of the line for the first time since transferring from Enid to Ada, where he was an NOC Enid Jet last year. He's got 2 more years remaining with his dad down in Ada. (61-60) OBU. They've led by as many as 12, and that was with 62 seconds gone in the second half. Foul shot, rolls around and finds the bottom, so he'll get the back end. There'll be a free throw shooting contest down the stretch. Both teams into the 1-1. 8 fouls against ECU, 7 now against Oklahoma Baptist. Here comes Wilcox to replace Stoddard, so they'll try to get him out and buy some time without one of their top weapons picking up his 4th foul. Final free throw by Crutchfield is up, and it's good. He has 5 big points after not scoring for over a half of this game. During this run that's seen East Central at one point going a 13-0 run to take a 1-point lead after OBU had built that 48-36 lead with 18:58 to play in the ballgame.
We got full court pressure by East Central now.
Brennan Burns is back out there, pressures Jordan Thompson. I said it earlier, that's going to be a matchup of 2 really good guards in this conference over the next 3 or 4 years. Hicklin with it left quarter. Now to Sims, gives a pump fake, drives it around Crutchfield, off balance, throws it up, wouldn't go. That's a good no call because you don't want to bail a guy out.
It didn't, but Sims is so good being athletic and that double pump. I think that knocked his shot off, getting bumped in the hip there.
Burns with it from the right to left front court. East Central leads by a point with the basketball. Brennan Burns working against Jordan Thompson. Gets separation and knocks down a 10-footer. This kid is special. Brennan Burns with his 6th basket. 64-61 East Central. That is their biggest lead of the contest. And it comes with 6:35 to play in Shawnee. Thompson hands it off left wing side for Jarius Hicklin. Hicklin, jab steps, fires for the foul line, misses it. Thompson on the floor, tipped the rebound out of bounds. East Central is just flat out defending.
Yeah, Thompson almost pulled that offensive rebound down. I think he got pushed in the back. That's why he couldn't grab it and went out of bounds.
Brantley Thompson will get his tank refilled over on the bench along with Jaquan Sims for the stretch run. Jordan Thompson, Harrison Stoddard back in for the Bison. They need a stop here. OBU down by 3 to East Central, who's trying to win their 2nd road game to start the conference season. Brennan Burns, cut off right circle by Jordan Thompson to Garriga for 3. Hit the hill of the rim. It's tipped out, though, by Tyler Arnold right to Brennan Burns.
Chris Crutchfield spreading the floor now, pushing Burns way out. All the players are spread out over the floor.
Burns with the left hand, angles to the wing, cross courts it. Garriga open right circle for 3, misses that one. Hicklin down for the rebound, and he speeds back up the middle of the floor. OBU down by 3. Hicklin attacks, and he's going to be fouled. They could call it on either on Garriga or Matt Arnold. They're calling it on the latter, and that's going to be his first personal foul.
Chris Crutchfield spread the floor there. It looked like it was going to be advantageous for Brennan Burns to go to the rack, but instead it forced East Central to shoot long-range threes because of the defense by OBU.
Jarius Hicklin tonight has put up 10 field goal attempts. First free throw is up and good. He's now 2 of 3 from the line. I bring that up because the last time we were here, he put up 17 field goal attempts, and that was a career high for him against Southeastern. In fact, in back-to-back games against West Texas and Southeastern, he reset personal highs in field goal shots attempted, 13 in Canyon, 17 against the aforementioned Savage Storm. Hicklin clean on the 2nd free throw, and OBU climbs to within 1, 64-63. 5:43 and counting to play in regulation. Another one coming down to the wire. Last year was 99-96. Good guys in overtime here at the Noble. Right side Burns with it. OBU's gone to his zone. They swing it left side. Arnold to Josh Crutchfield for 3. Missed it. He's fouled.
Harrison Stoddard.
That's his 4th. And again, trying to block shots of jump shooters.
From the three-point land, left corner.
Jason Aker, I bet, is biting his tongue right now until it bleeds behind that mask. He just went and sat down with his legs crossed, and you hardly ever see that.
5:30 left. You're getting into crunch time. ECU by 1 point, 64-63.
First foul shot is good by Crutchfield. Josh coming up big. He already has tripled his point per game production with 6. Came in averaging 2.3 and 1.3 rebounds. Had 4 points in 3 minutes down to Durant on Monday. He's hit the first 2, and he'll get 1 more. It's 66-63 Tigers pending the final free throw with 5.5 minutes to play. And the third and final one is good.
You said Josh Crutchfield hit 5 important points. There's 8 very important points there.
He's hit 8 very important points. You're right in this stretch. 67-63 East Central. 5:19 to play. Hicklin hands it to Brantley, who just checked back in. He curls around the top of the circle to Stoddard. Turns to the 3, drives. Bounces to Nigel Wilcox against Apple. Throws up a run in the paint. It hits the rim and drops in. Wilcox with an extremely soft touch.
Yes, it does. You call that the shooter's touch. Hit the rim so soft. It was a miss. It just rolled around and fell in.
OBU shades the deficit in half at 67-65. Brennan Burns between the circles, dribbles between the legs. Now the sophomore Hicklin is out there with him. Burns tries to get around Hicklin, now drives deep. Tried to kick it out. It's deflected. Josh Apple has it with 7 to shoot. Apple goes to work against Wilcox. Got him in the air. Ducks under him and lays it in.
Nice ball fake by Josh Apple. Big pump fake. Got the shot blocker Wilcox high in the air. Then he had the easy layup.
East Central out shooting Oklahoma Baptist 40% to 31% in the second half. OBU still at 50% for the ball game. Down 4, the Bison set the table with Thompson out front. Brantley to Harrison, gives a little shoulder fake and hits the turnaround jump shot.
That was a beautiful move. Harrison Stoddard getting it in, fakes left, then dribbles two to the inside with his left hand.
Got to get a stop. Can't keep trading baskets with 4:07 to play. Harrison now in double figures with 11. He has 6 in the second half. It's 69-67. The quick three left wing, Jalen Crutchfield rattles off. Wilcox has it. To Hicklin with a handoff. Jarius down the middle of the floor, veers right, cross courts it. Nigel to Brantley Thompson left wing, and Brantley throws it out of bounds. Miscommunication between he and Stoddard. He thought Harrison was going to peel back down towards the baseline, and Harry did not do so. So a timeout on the floor. 3:50 to play in regulation. East Central gets it back, leading 69-67 as we keep it right here. For OBU, that is a 15th turnover.
Noble McIntyre of McIntyre Law. We have over 100 years of combined litigation experience fighting for Oklahomans injured as a result of a semi-crash. These crashes are traumatic and in most cases cause catastrophic injuries and even death. Our most recent trial involved a fatal semi-truck crash, resulting in a $4.25 million verdict for our client. If you have been injured and want to know more about your rights, call us. The consultation is free.
We love what we do, and we're good at it. We are trial lawyers. Call McIntyre Law today.
Well, partner, you got to get a stop. Down 2, you were trading baskets, then you turned it over for the 15th time. And points off turnovers, this is huge. 17-4 East Central. So the last 2 ball games, OBU opponents have outscored the Bison 40-8 in points off turnovers.
Jeez. Shades of the women's game.
Yeah, get you beat, won't it? 3:41 to play. Time back in. Brennan Burns with it across midcourt. He's guarded by, out there with Tyler Arnold, Jalen Crutchfield, Josh Crutchfield, and Josh Apple. Apple has it go through his hands, and it goes out of bounds.
Tyler Arnold's looking at Apple going, what did I do? That wasn't even that hard. Right in between both palms, slips right through into the baseline.
Bison have it down a deuce with 3.5 minutes to play inside the Noble Complex on Bison Hill. Jarius Hicklin, guarded by Burns out front, works foul line extended left wing, now curls around a screen. They roll Wilcox. Instead, it's Brantley for 3 of the lead, misses it out front. Apple high for the rebound at East Central with back-to-back stops.
I want to see that hot Brantley Thompson again. The last 2 threes were kind of quick releases, hitting the neck of the rim.
3:05 to play in the ball game. East Central by 2. Burns turns the corner, accelerates right down the paint, throws it up. And I think they're going to call it on the floor. That's key because it would be a 1-and-1. That's the 8th team foul in the second half against OBU. And I think it's on Nigel Wilcox, and that's his 4th. So OBU starting to have some problems on the baseline, partner, in terms of fouls. Stoddard and Nigel each with 4.
That is some problems, but Justin Ten has been doing a good job. He played limited minutes tonight. He had a long rebound, reaching with that long reach over the top, didn't touch anybody, picked up a steal, had an interception. So I think Justin Ten will come in and play some quality minutes.
So Brennan Burns, who is as cool as can be for a freshman, hits the first free throw. He's got his 14th point tonight, averages 9.3 to go along with 5.3 rebounds. Chris Crutchfield and his staff have a dandy freshman. Second one is up, and that one is good. So they did call it on the shot. Burns pays them both off. Incidentally, Brantley Thompson has surpassed his career high. 22 set against Rogers State 2 years ago. He has 24 tonight on 9 of 17 shooting. Bison with 2:50 to play. Trailit 71-67. Down the paint goes Hicklin, throws up a runner at back rims. Rebound tipped out. Crutchfield has it. You better get a stop right here. Down by 4. Under 2.5 to play in the ball game. Burns around an Apple screen. Now he just goes one-on-one as Apple retreats back down to the block. They are doing a good job shortening the game with 12 on the shot clock. Burns backs it out near the midcourt stripe. Burns gets it screen, drives right, backs it out. 15-footer on the way, back rims. Brantley Thompson down for the rebound, his 7th carry. So he's flirting with a double-double. Hicklin up the left sideline, speeds into the offensive end to Brantley. Now to Nigel, right side to Jaquan. Sims with it to Hicklin, a behind-the-back dribble. There's just nothing doing right now for OBU against the man-to-man. Brantley to Wilcox. Thought about a three, takes a dribble, steps inside the arc, swish. Got the 18-footer timeout. Jason Aker at OBU. And it's down to a 2-point game, 71-69. That is knowing your game.
That was a mammoth shot by Nigel Wilcox. All the Tigers left him alone for the three-pointer wide open. Wilcox says, well, this is a little bit outside my range. He dribbled in 2 more steps, still left him uncovered from the left wing. Money.
And folks, if you haven't done so, we encourage you to become a Stampede donor, because in doing so, you make a direct and tangible impact on the success of over 550 student athletes in the classroom, in the community, in the fields of competition. When you give for the Stampede, you are truly investing in champions. To learn more, to sign up, do so today at obubison.com/Stampede. Some of the spring sports conference polls starting to come out this week. The softball and baseball polls were announced. Softball picked 6th out of 12. Sam Maples is really starting to get that program turned around. Baseball, the preseason favorite, edging out Southern Arkansas for the #1 spot in that poll. OBU went 16-6, got off to a great conference season last year before, of course, we all know what happened in March.
Yeah, old Chris Cox, he lost his very first game. So I said he's never won a game. And then he goes 16-6. That's outstanding.
They do a great job. Sam Maples, Chris Cox, all of them over there at Bison Park. Here we go, 1:54 to play. OBU down by 2, 71-69 after a big basket going to the timeout from Nigel Wilcox. Josh Crutchfield with it to Brennan Burns. Burns as they hedge, guarded by Wilcox. Crutchfield to his brother Jalen for 3, and he got it left corner. Holy smokes. That is a huge shot. 74-69, 1:36 to play.
Jalen Crutchfield, 4 for 7 from the field, 4 for 5 from three-point land.
Wing left with it is Hicklin. Curls, goes right down the paint. Challenged by Apple, and Apple wins that battle as it cleanly swats it away. Crutchfield with a rejection carry. To Arnold now, East Central with 1:17 to go. Can afford to take the air out of this one. They lead at 74-69. A basket here makes it really difficult for OBU. They're spreading the floor. Burns bounces it between a double team, gets it to Arnold, drives baseline, is cut off. Bounces it to Apple, fires a 3. That is no good. And down for the rebound, Nigel Wilcox. Thank you very much, Josh Apple.
Second time he's done that tonight, taking a 3 that wasn't close.
74-69, under a minute to play. Down the paint goes Sims. Cross courts at Brantley Thompson, covered up way out front left circle by Arnold. Attacks the goal, whips it across the floor. Sims open for 3. No, spun out. Rebound tip. Brantley Thompson gets it back to Stoddard, to a trailing Wilcox who misses the layup, and he's fouled. Man, that would have been nice to go.
Yeah, it would be. The positive thing is he gets 2 shots with the clock not moving right now, trailing by 5.
Wilbert is going to be called for the foul. That's going to be his 3rd personal. Both teams are now into the double bonus. OBU will put East Central there for with their next foul. That's the 10th against the Tigers in the second half. Wilcox from the line rattles the first free throw home. And Nigel, with 1 more, would have his first double-figure game as an Oklahoma Baptist Bison. The Tigers trying to overcome a career-high night from Brantley Thompson and win for the first time against Jason Aker here in this building. Wilcox, 2nd free throw, hits the heel of the rim. Stoddard crashes but can't control the rebound. Apple has it to Tyler Arnold. Arnold spins in the backcourt, now is trapped, needs some help. Gets it to Burns. Burns up ahead, and 10 seconds it's been called.
Woo-hoo!
I knew it was getting deep, but I didn't know it was that close.
I thought he released the pass, and the trail official called the 10-second call. That is a mammoth turnover. keeping a pulse for OBU.
Well, and how about this? How big was that last missed free throw by Nigel Wilcox? It would have been a 2-point game. Instead, they're down 4. Hicklin to the front court to Trey Green to Quan. Jaquan for 3 left quarter. Back rims that one. Trey crashes, and he's over the back of Josh Apple. So Trey Green with his second. East Central standing and applauding over on the bench. They can smell this one with 7.7 seconds to go.
Quan Sims 1 for 4 from three-point land in this game. He missed his last 2. I love the ball in his hands, but if you're going to win in crunch time, at least one of those have got to fall.
Josh Apple has not been to the line tonight. He's a 75% foul shooter as a senior, and he hits the first one. Boy, you hate to lose home games in this conference because it's so hard to go on the road and get victories. OBU will have a chance to get this one back Saturday afternoon in Weatherford. Apple's second free throw is up. That one rattles off. Brantley Thompson with a rebound. 5 seconds to go. Up ahead to Green, and he throws it up, and it rattles off as he tried to kiss it in off the window. And now Trey Green will go to the foul line to cut into a 5-point deficit. If you're Chris Crutchfield, the last thing that you want, Wandog, is OBU getting points at the line without the time moving.
But only 3 seconds left. Things are looking bleak for the Bison here.
Trey Green has 9 points. That's a season high for him. And we get a timeout on the floor with 3.1 seconds to go. We'll keep it right here. This is going to be a tough one. I really thought the Bison would bounce back tonight, and I knew what they were up against in an East Central team that had already won at Southern Nazarene and did so fairly convincingly. The Tigers led that game at one point by 14.
You know, OBU's playing again. They shot 62% at halftime and still playing, but East Central is sizzling, and they have such balanced scoring. Really not an inside-outside game other than Josh Apple inside a little bit and maybe Josh Crutchfield. But even all those bigs, they shoot threes. It's just a tough team to guard.
As a team, OBU has missed 5 of their last 6 coming down the stretch. By the way, if you're wanting Trey Green, if he gets to 10, would that be a career high? No, it would not. Last year on 2 occasions, he scored 11, once against Southwestern on December the 14th, and last year against the same Tiger team on this floor. So Green will get one more. This to pull the Bison within 3, and it's on the way, and it's good. 3.1 seconds to play. Josh Crutchfield, fronted by Harrison Stoddard, to inbound and almost called for 5 seconds and has to call the timeout. Well, that's when the coach at the other end of the floor is able to call a timeout because there's nobody in here to make noise.
We look to shape our world. It'll be people who know how to think with their heads and their hearts, and that faith is not the enemy of education, but its partner. More than book smart, more than business smart. They are wise in their whole being.
We are future shapers.
Learn to live well and lead well in God's world. Be a future shaper at OBU.
Yeah, it'll require a miracle steal or a missed free throw, as you said, 2 free throws.
Southwestern Saturday, Northwestern back here next Thursday, 5:30 and 7:30. Again, there was thought that the men from Northwestern would not be here. They will be here, so it'll be a doubleheader both in Weatherford and on Thursday of next week against the Rangers. Josh Crutchfield with Nigel Wilcox doing jumping jacks in front of him, runs the baseline, gets it to Burns, who's immediately fouled by Sims, and that is going to be Jaquan's first. That only took half a second, so 2.6 remained. Unfortunately, the freshman Brennan Burns, not that pressure has seemed to phase him tonight, has no pressure. He's got a double bonus, needing just 1 to salt this one away. Burns is 2 of 2 at the foul line. Tigers with everybody off the stripe, and the first foul shot pinballs in and out.
Wow, still life. Rim that one out. Now that puts a little bit of pressure on Burns.
OBU's going to have to go to the distance of the floor because they do not have a timeout remaining with 2.6 seconds to play. And now Matt Garriga will spell Josh Apple on the floor for ECU. Bison have won 2 straight at home and at Bartlesville to close last year against this club. Team that they've eliminated from the postseason each of the last 2 years in the conference quarterfinals. There's the game. Burns hits the second. 4-point contest. Thompson, a football pass for Jordan Thompson. Catches, takes a dribble, lays it up, missed it, and that's it. East Central wins it 76-72.
That's going to require OBU to get on the road at Southwestern and Weatherford to keep pace in this conference, have to steal one from Southwestern to keep pace.
Second half has been presented by Noble McIntyre. OBU alumnus Noble McIntyre and his team of dedicated and effective personal injury attorneys at McIntyre Law. Funneled tonight here for the Noble Complex. East Central steals a road win, their second to start the conference season, 76-72 at Oklahoma Baptist. Back after these messages on the OBU Radio Network.
How does a chicken sandwich become a Whataburger spicy chicken sandwich? Is it by slathering it in a fiery sauce or adding some crazy hot toppings? Nah. If the chicken in a chicken sandwich wants to be spicy, it has to come from the inside. By marinating it in spices, frying it up, then cooling it off with fresh veggies, all on a new brioche bun. Good thing flavor can come from within. Good thing there's the new limited-time spicy chicken sandwich at Whataburger.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top-quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A.
A is for above and beyond.
An extra level of care.
A game.
From caring for our guests in our community to cleanliness and safe service with a My Pleasure. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
A little funky dance.
And that too.
The OBU Athletic Department would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of Bison basketball. Bank First, Billy Boy Barbecue, Boomerang Diners, Chick-fil-A Shawnee, the Citizen Potawatomi Nation, the Dennis Morris State Farm Insurance Agency, Eric's Pharmacy, First National Bank and Trust, First United Bank, Hampton Inn Shawnee, Hudeberg Auto Group, Emmanuel Baptist Church, Lowe's, McIntyre Law, Send Relief, the OBU Graduate College, P&K Equipment, Pine Cliff Printers, Qdoba, Rob's Smokehouse, Shawnee Mills, Shawnee Pit Stop, Sherwin-Williams, South Central Industries, SSM Health, St. Anthony Hospital Shawnee, TAC Designs, Tinker Federal Credit Union, The Lunchbox, the UPS Store, Village Tours and Travel, Vision Bank, Walls, and Whataburger.
Tiger win over Oklahoma Baptist. And Scott, it just seems like, and I told you this, that we can't get everybody on the same page. I mean, 2 or 3 guys will have a good night. Next night it's somebody different. His team has a lot of weapons, but they've just yet, and I know it's still early. I mean, this is game number 4, but they've yet to put everything together.
No, they're not peaking yet, but
I don't
like
want to
that
peak right now.
I like that first half shooting 62%. OBU actually outshot ECU 46% to 39% for the game. But we talk about the turnovers, 17 to 4 points off turnovers. East Central with the advantage. And here's a huge stat too, Todd, that you don't look at a lot. Right here, OBU at home gets outshot from the free throw line, 19 to 24 to 11 to 15.
Second half, OBU less than 30% field goal shooting, 8 of 27. So that really erased a red-hot first half where they shot 62%. Still a respectable 26 of 56 shooting tonight for the Bison. 35% for OBU, 9 of 26 from the floor. Now let's figure this. Brantley Thompson was 6 of 11. So that means the rest of the team was 3 of 15 from beyond the arc. That's not going to get it done. Go ahead.
And that goes to your point of not having everybody on the same page. Now, and I said that in the women's game. Carissa Price scores 9 straight points. Here, Brantley Thompson lights it up. Career high 24 points, 6 of 11 is sizzling from downtown. And then you go 3 for 15 otherwise. Just one other guy's got to hit 2 or 3 and you win this game.
Foul shooting, 19 of 24, the Tigers, 11 of 15, Bison. East Central 24 of 61, 39%, 9 of 24, 37.5% shooting. Rebounds tonight, OBU plus 6, 39-33. The Bison came in with a a positive rebounding margin of plus 2. That was in their favor tonight by plus 6, but they lose it on the scoreboard 76-72. Other statistics, 8 turnovers tonight, forced by the Bison, 15 committed by OBU. 17-4 points off turnovers for the Tigers. Points in the paint, ECU by 4, 30-26. Second chance points, 9-7 in favor of the Bison, and yet they were out-rebounded 10-9 on the offensive glass. Fast break points, the Tigers by 1, 15-14, bench scoring 32-13. OBU had 20 assists on 26 made baskets. That is very, very impressive. East Central tonight had an assist on nearly half of their 24, 11 assists total. 8 steals for the Tigers, 3 for OBU, 8 blocks tonight for Oklahoma Baptist, and 2 blocks for the Tigers. Among those blocks, officially Nigel Wilcox finished with 4 and 3 from Harrison Stoddard. It all adds up, though, to Oklahoma Baptist losing a game that they led by 12 early in the second half on their home floor. 76-72 is the final score. We will continue with our post-game show in just a moment. Bison fall to East Central tonight at home, 76-72. This is Bison basketball on the OBU Radio Network.
In for more and buy it for less. At Hudeberg Chevy in Midwest City, it's that simple. Get more money for your trade and buy new Chevys for less. And you'll get payments that fit any budget. HudebergGM.com.
You can count on Hudeberg, we'll give you more.
Trade it in for more, buy it for less. It's that easy. At Hudeberg Buick GMC in Midwest City, it's that simple. Get more money for your trade and buy new Buicks and GMCs for less. HudebergGM.com.
You can count on Hudeberg, we'll give you more.
In for more and buy it for less. At Hudeberg Chevy in Midwest City, it's that simple. Get more money for your trade and buy new Chevys for less. And you'll get payments that fit any budget. HudebergGM.com.
You can count on Hudeberg, we'll give you more.
Trade it in for more, buy it for less. It's that easy. At Hudeberg Buick GMC in Midwest City, it's that simple. Get more money for your trade and buy new Buicks and GMCs for less. HudebergGM.com.
You can count on Hudeberg, we'll give you more.
Back in Shawnee, where Oklahoma Baptist, despite his career night for Brantley Thompson, falls to East Central at Great American Conference play 76-72. Brantley, a career-high 6 3-pointers made and 24 points. He also had 8 rebounds, 4 assists. And Brantley was very, very good in playing almost 38 minutes. Thompson came in as the team leader at almost 31 minutes per ball game of minutes played. Thompson won a 4 Bison in double figures, 13 points from Nigel Wilcox, who had 4 blocks, 8 rebounds, 1 assist. Wilcox played almost 22 and a half minutes of the ball game. Trey Grief finished with 10 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. He played a season-high 26 and a half minutes. Also in double figures, Harrison Stoddard with 11.7 boards on 4 of 6 shooting. He had 5 assists to go along with 4 turnovers in the contest. Rounded out OBU scoring tonight, 9 points from Nigel Wilcox, who again had 8 rebounds. Also 4 block shots tonight from Nigel in the ball game. Harrison Stoddard had 3. He now has 114 in his career. The rest of the scoring, 5 points from Jaquan Sims to go along with 2 rebounds, and that is the total of 72 for OBU. Individually tonight, Jalen Crutchfield with a season-high 20 points and 5 rebounds. 18 points from Tyler Arnold, who was 9 of 9 to the foul line. He had 5 rebounds. 16 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals for the Bethany freshman Brennan Burns in this one tonight. 9 points, 10 rebounds from Josh Apple, who just missed his second consecutive double-double. 8 points from Josh Crutchfield, and all those came during a run in which East Central erased that 12-point OBU lead very early in the second half, and then 2 points and a rebound for Jakeem Akers. Final score tonight here for the Noble Complex, 76-72. Jason Aker has made his way out of the locker room, and we're about to get him hooked up down there on the floor, and we'll hear the post-game comments from the third-year Bison head coach, who falls to 3-3 in his career here in Shawnee against East Central, his first loss in 3 games against the Tigers in this building as well. And again, the final tonight, 76-72. Coach, can you hear us?
Can you hear me, Todd?
I can. Tough loss tonight. Your thoughts?
It was a hard-fought game. I thought our guys really responded in that first half. There was all kinds of little plays. I think we fouled a three-point shooter 3 times. That little spurt that we let him go on right before the half. It went from 10 to 5 and then back to 10. And then we just never got comfortable defensively. And then we had some good looks that didn't go in. Thought the guys played hard. It was a tough loss, man. I'm so disappointed for our team, for our staff, in the result. But like we've been talking about all year, it's a privilege to go through adversity. And so this is what adversity looks like in college athletics. It pales into comparison to the adversity that everyone's going through in 2020. So heartbroken, disappointed, but sun will come up tomorrow, and it's just a basketball game.
Hey, Coach, 62%. You shoot sizzling 62% at halftime. You come out of halftime, East Central goes on a 13-0 run. What do you attribute to that, East Central being so hot coming out of the locker room on the road?
Well, first and foremost, I attribute it to I really like their team. I like what Coach is doing with them. College basketball is a game of momentum. They definitely grabbed a hold of that momentum out of the break. They came out more aggressive. They came out more confident. They got some shots to go. We helped them. A team can get their confidence by getting to the foul line, but they completely controlled that second half. We were holding on for dear life. We made a few plays to keep it close, but they outplayed us in that second half. And that spurt there that you're talking about was, I felt like, the catalyst to what started giving their bench and their team and their staff belief that they could get it done on the road, and they did.
Brantley, Jason, we've been talking about Brantley Thompson and his struggles offensively. You knew he was going to break out of it very, very quickly. And tonight, man, you couldn't have been any happier for a kid. Career-high 24 points, career-high 3 made, 6. I mean, he made some really, really big shots.
Brantley's a phenomenal player, but more importantly, I just love being around him. He is everything that you could ever ask for as a coach. And so I knew it was just a matter of time. We're still getting acclimated. It's not using that as an excuse, but he's still getting acclimated to the way we're going to play this year, the staff, the style of play. And so we changed up a few things. We wanted to get him going early, and then he got fouled on that first possession and then missed his first 2 free throws. But what I was most proud of is he came right back, hit some key shots right after he had missed those first 2 foul shots. But I just love him and his family. Every single day that I get to coach him, it's a blessing.
Well, Jason, one good thing about this is you don't have to wait a week for another game. God willing, you'll be back on the court in 48 hours at Southwestern against a team that I think really has been the early season surprise of the Western Division.
Yeah, it'll be a really tough game. It'll be hard to hang in there. They beat us pretty good down there last year. This is a new year. I feel like they have a better team. It'll be a really tough game, a quick turnaround, but I'm just hope that we get to play and COVID doesn't get in our way, and our guys get the opportunity to bounce back from these 2 losses.
All right, we're going to think positive, my friend. We'll see you Saturday in Weatherford.
All right, thanks, Todd.
Jason Aker visiting with us from the floor of the Noble Complex in the wake of a 76-72 loss. The Bison taking it on the chin tonight to East Central. Our postgame show wraps up in just a moment. Bison fall tonight to East Central 76-72 on the OBU Radio Network. To the post-game show from Bison Hill and Shawnee. Oklahoma Baptist takes it on the chin twice tonight. Women fall 57-50. Men lose 76-72. It's only the 6th loss in 3 years for a Jason Aker coach team in this building, and it's only their 2nd loss here at home over the last, about 17 games. So they've been very, very good, almost airtight in this building. Scott, as Jason said, you win some, you lose some. It's basketball. You move on, you forget about it, and boy, tomorrow or Saturday will not be a layup at Southwestern.
Well, you talk about a team game. You have Brantley Thompson breaking out, Hicklin with 13 points, Trey Green also in double figures with 10. But Thomas Sawulu started the game. He has a goose egg. Jordan Thompson, no points after breaking out at Southern Nazarene. And then Justin 10 without any points. Just a couple points there, you only lose by 4 points. Just little tiny things. It could have got us over the hump against East Central.
Well, and I think Jason mentioned this. The thing that bothered me the most about this game is the constant or the consistent fouling of jump shooters. You just cannot do it. You just can't do it. And it led to too many easy point opportunities for East Central. And when you give teams in this league that are this good, and OBU's this good too, free opportunities because of mistakes, silly mistakes, you can't fault the effort, but they're silly mistakes. You don't foul jump shooters. It's tough to win games.
There's no doubt about that, Todd. You're exactly correct because you gave two free three-pointers that they didn't even make. Tyler Arnold made all 3 of his 3 free throws, and Josh Crutchfield, the left-hander post player, made all 3 free throws when he's fouled from the right corner by Nigel Wilcox. So that's 6 points, too, that you could take off the board.
All right, we'll do it all again Saturday afternoon for the Pioneer Cellular Event Center in Weatherford. Southwestern, Oklahoma State, and Oklahoma Baptist. Tip time for the women, ranked 21st nationally, are the Lady Bulldogs, is scheduled for 2 o'clock. The men will follow at 4. Our pregame show at 1:45. Final scores for the final time. Women fall 57-50. The men fall in a tough one tonight, 76-72. This is Todd Miller for Scott Wanish and for John Zonlower, in-studio producer, engineer. Hoping again you will join us on Saturday afternoon in Weatherford at 1:45 across the Bison Radio Network. Until then, for our entire crew that's been involved in this production tonight, I'm Todd Miller. So long from Shawnee.